Hi, I'm Kathy, and this is Working Dog. How many of you out there have ever heard of Flyball? Well, we're here today with the Dogs Rule Flyball Club out of Austin, Texas, at one of their weekly practices, and they're going to give you a little sneak preview into this wonderful and exciting sport. Okay, guys, let's warm them up. This is a practice. This is Dogs Rule Flyball Club. We practice every Sunday for 3 hours. If we were at tournament, there would be another team in the other lane racing those dogs. Also at tournament, it is very highly advanced in technology. We have starters that are like the drag racing starters where the lights go yellow, 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 green. The countdown, a second in between the lights. We have timers that time each dog, the speed they go down and come back, and the speed of the whole team as they finish the race. When you're at a tournament, it goes down to hundredths of a second between the two teams. It is extremely exciting. Sometimes we have to wait to see what the lights say to tell us who won the race. You can't even tell by the human eye. So Flyball is just a very, very exciting game. The course is 4 hurdles, a box where it's spring-loaded, the ball pops out, the dog grabs the ball and goes back over the hurdles. When he gets to the start line, the other dog can pass. This is a new dog. She's learning her box turn. Some dogs are left-handed and some dogs are right-handed. You have to learn which way your dog likes to turn to get the best turn out of your dog. You notice that the ball is on this side, so she turns this way. We want them to have that curve because we don't want them to hit that box, boom, boom, with their shoulders all the time because it's hard on the dog. A good dog will have an excellent swimmer's turn and will pop off that box and take off back down over the hurdles. You notice that there's jump heights. See these jumps right here? This bottom one is 6 inches. Each stick is an inch, so this is an 8-inch jump height. You will see jump heights everywhere from 7 to 14 inches for the teams. The jump heights are set according to the height of the smallest dog on the team. So every team will have one small dog so they don't have to jump so high, which slows them down, of course. So that's why you see these. You'll also notice that even though there are border collies racing, Flyball is open to all breeds of dogs. You see Dalmatians, you see Golden Retrievers, you see every kind of terrier in the book. There's actually a Great Dane that races out of Colorado. There's a Basset Hound that races in our region. It's open to all dogs and all family members. There's junior handlers, so it's good family fun. It's not just for the best of the best. And the way that happens is your team turns in what's called your seed time before the tournament, which is what you think your team can run. So say you have a team that you think can run in 22 seconds. You say this team can run in 22 seconds, okay? So then you're pooled with all the teams that say their team can run 22 seconds. So you're only competing against like teams. It's not like a 24-second team is going to be pooled against a 17-second team. You're racing against people that have the same seed time as your team. Flyball is just so much fun, and the community is very honest and very open, we share everything. So you'll see, if you go to a tournament, you'll see dogs rule people over box loading for somebody else because they're short a member, or racing a dog on another team because the member got sick, or, you know, it's a very tight community. And Flyball is nationwide. We race in Region 5, which is Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, and Arkansas. There's different regions all over the United States. And then in October of every year, there's the Canadian-American finals. And people come from all over to race at the Can-Ams in Indianapolis, Indiana. It's a lot of fun. Okay, what she's doing now is building drive in her dog. See how she's running away and the dog is chasing her? She's building that speed, building that drive. The best way to get started is to find a club that's currently having lessons. We hold training classes maybe 2 or 3 times a year. They're usually 6 to 8 weeks for each class. And it takes anywhere from, depending on how much you really want to play the game, it can take anywhere from 4 months to a year to train a dog. You can look in your community. You can go to flyball.org, which is the North American Flyball Association. If you live here in this area, you can go to our website, which is dogsrule.com. And then once you get in a class, we teach everything backwards. Okay, like you saw us start down there, race up here, get the ball, and go back. You train backwards from that. The first thing you train them to do is go over the hurdle. Go over the hurdle. Then you teach them to go over 2 hurdles. Then you teach them to go over 3 hurdles. Then in between, you teach them how to do the swimmer's turn. So you're working on the box, you're working on the box. When they get confident in each individual layer that you're teaching them, then you start putting it all together. You don't just come out here and let your dog go and say, go get the ball. It doesn't work that way. So yeah, in class, we start basically with hurdles. We'll teach swimmer's turn. We'll teach getting the dogs to pass each other, because it's hard to get those dogs to trust to run into a moving train coming at them. That is really, really difficult to build the confidence and the drive in the dog to be able to do that. Okay, hi everybody. This is Bruja and Marcy. Bruja is actually Marcy's older dog than Rudy, who we introduced earlier. She's 9, and she's just another awesome little Staffordshire Terrier. Do you want to say something about your great dog?
Yeah, this is a Staffordshire Bull Terrier, and she's actually Rudy's mother, so she's the old lady. So although she's not as fast as she used to be, she still goes up and back without faltering. And again, she's like her daughter. She has to have this tug every time.
Yep. Awesome dog. This dog has won more tournaments for us because she just does her job. The other team might bobble or the dog might go around the jump, but this dog just goes down, gets the ball, and comes back every time.
A bobble is when the dog puts their mouth on the ball and it accidentally falls out. That's a bobble. So even if she bobbles, she goes back and gets the ball, and she always makes sure that she goes over the first jump, so there's never an error. What we like to call is a clean run. And a clean run there and back, it has no errors. Now people say, what is an error? An error could be a dropped ball that the dog fails to pick up again, they just leave it, or knock a jump down, or go around a jump, or just miss the jumps totally and run without the jumps. Those are all errors. Other errors would be, we talked about passing earlier, if they early pass. If they cross that start line before they're supposed to, that's an early pass. So with those errors, you cannot win, okay? You have to have a clean run without errors. You're looking for a dog that you can train easily to go there and back with no errors. And the misconception is that they have to have ball drive. They have to want the ball. We have a lot of dogs on this team that could care less about the tennis ball, and the only reason they come back to us is the interaction of playing with a tug toy or any kind of motivator. We call the tug toy a motivator. People use Frisbees, they use tugs. Lauren has a bottle, a plastic bottle that she hides in a tug. Some people use food treats. But what we found in training a lot of dogs, it's the most reliable motivator to get the dog to come back is a tug type toy, because they love to interact with you, and the fun of just tugging and playing with you is the whole reason they run there and come back with the ball.
This is Nico. He is about 4 years old. We've been playing Flyball for 3 years with him. And what I like most about Flyball is it gives him something to do. As an Australian Shepherd, he needs a job. He's very athletic, very outgoing, and needs something to do to keep him busy. And Flyball is good for both of us. I fell in love with the Australian Shepherd breed because a friend of mine owned one. And I found him at an animal shelter in Oregon where I was living. The same friend that owned the Australian Shepherd was doing Flyball, and initially I tried agility with Nico, and he didn't take to it, and she said, come try out Flyball. And I was like, those dogs are nuts. Like, my dog is never gonna play Flyball, they're nuts. And here it is 3 years later, and he's one of the crazy ones. We have a blast with our dogs, but it all comes down to motivation. I mean, if I'm down at the end and I'm just standing there like a brick, my dog's gonna look at me and say, that dog over there is having more fun, I'm gonna go play over there. Whereas if I'm down at the end jumping and yelling and waving a tug toy, it looks crazy, but it gets him to come back.
It's a pretty good workout for the owner, and it does depend on the dog as to how much work it is going to be for the handler. If you have a really strong dog that's tugging a lot, you're going to be sweating by the time you're finished running the race. And we need to really drive the dogs. So you'll see when we're racing that we'll run up to the line with the dog, and then we'll run away to pull them back even faster. So we're running during the races, and then we're tugging and playing with them at the end. Flyball teaches a dog that they have a purpose in life, and they have a game that they can play. It builds their confidence. So if you take a dog that has really low confidence level and you start running and teaching them this, and they're getting it right and they're getting it right and they're having fun, and pretty soon you've got a really confident, happy dog. The dogs have to learn that they're going to get along with the other dogs. And you'll see that especially when you're racing in the passing, because you'll have the dogs, one's running towards the box at a high speed, one's running back from the box at a high speed, and they're passing within inches of each other. And they have to be able to do that and pay attention to the handler and not to the other dog.
Flyball was started in California, of course. Everything starts in California, in the early 70s by a gentleman. It was a little bit different when it first started, and it just took off. The box has been totally redesigned from the original box. The speed, the amount of tournaments have just escalated year after year. We basically can go to a tournament every month if we want to. There's some place to go race your dog. Most of the time there's anywhere from 15 clubs with over 40 teams racing for 2 days. It's a lot of fun, and it's something that you can put as much time into as you want to. It's not something you can put as little time into as you want to, but you don't have to be as crazy as some of us are.
This is Remix. She is about 15 months old. She is actually cousin to my other dog, Rip. She's got Staffordshire Bull Terrier in her, Border Collie, and Whippet. She's a Heinz 57, but an awesome little dog. She was about 7 weeks old when she first came. And when they're that young, you can start on foundation building exercises like tug drive, you have them chase the tug, relationship building exercises, and basic obedience. So really with Flyball, you want to start training as soon as they come home and building the relationship. When they get a little bit older and the growth plates have closed, then you can start exercises over the jumps and the box work. Any dog that has a little bit of chase or prey drive, you can turn that into really high tug drive. You build on it and just play a lot of games with the tug where you're running away with the tug, you're shaking the tug on the ground, it's quick moving. And when you first start them out, they always win. A lot of obedience dog trainers say never let your dog win at tug, but what we do is we want to build our dog's confidence and have them be really proud of themselves. So when they're first starting out, you'll actually let them win the prize. So then they work harder and harder, and you just continue to build that tug drive. You definitely don't want to overwork a dog because you want the game to stay really fun, and a tired dog tends to, remix, psst. A tired dog will get injured. So you do not want to overwork your dog at all. So a lot of times with some of these dogs, we do have to stop them because they'll keep going. They'll just keep playing and playing. But usually what you want to do as a handler is you want to stop the game. Flyball is a team sport, which is very unique because a lot of dog sports are just the handlers and their dog. But with Flyball, you have multiple people and multiple dogs working together as a team. So everyone has to communicate. During practice, we all help everyone train their dogs. It's very difficult to do Flyball alone. Because you have to have people running, motivating your dogs with the new ones. And in tournament, you know, we have pass callers, we have timers, we have people videoing, people watching for flags on the other team. It is definitely different in the respect that you have to work with your team. So the diet that you want to feed your Flyball dog or a competitive dog is definitely a higher grade dog food. There's some people who have their pets on the raw food diets, but definitely a high quality dog food. You want to keep them in tip-top shape because even a little bit of extra weight going over those jumps, you know, they're going to tire quicker. It makes them more susceptible to injury if they're lifting up extra weight over the jumps. So you want to make sure that your competitor is lean on a high quality dog food. I use supplements for my dogs. I have them on glucosamine and chondroitin because it is with all dog sports and with Flyball as well. They're running, they're working really hard, so you want to make sure that their joints are healthy.
This is Kim and her dog Stella. Kim, do you want to tell us a little bit about Stella?
Stella is a border collie, and she came out of rescue. And she was really scared. She still is sometimes. And Flyball has given her a meaning to life and a job to do.
This is Marcy and her dog Rudy. Marcy, tell us what you can about Rudy.
Well, Rudy's a Staffordshire Bull Terrier, and she's really into Flyball. The misconception is everyone thinks dogs do Flyball to get the ball. The only reason Rudy goes there and back every time and gets the ball is for this toy. And I'm going to demonstrate why she just loves the toy. You ready, Rudy? 1, 2, 3. And this is what she lives for, is this toy. And although she loves Flyball, she loves the toy more. And it doesn't matter what's going on. Another dog can cross over or interfere, or everything can just break loose, and Rudy will go there and back every time without fail to get this tug toy.
Marcy showed us really well there is that you want to keep Flyball fun. It's not a torture for the dogs to learn how to do this. Everything is kept very upbeat and very fun, and that's why they love the game so much. Lauren, can you come tell us about your dogs?
This is Mars. Mars. He is a 6-year-old border collie from Border Collie Rescue. And this is Rip. He is a mix. He's got Jack Russell Terrier, Whippet, Border Collie, all sorts of good things in him.
Mars has been handled by every member of our team because Lauren has multiple dogs, as does Kim. The dogs have to be able to be handled by other people, so it also teaches them huge human skills, human to canine skills, besides just the game of Flyball. And Mars, he's just a machine. He will go down and get that ball, just like Rudy, every time, no matter what is going on. That's his job, and he's gonna do it. Okay, there's all kinds of elements to the game of Flyball. A lot of them dog-oriented and a lot of them human-oriented. The box loader probably has one of the most important jobs outside of racing one of the dogs. It is his job to make sure that the right ball is in the right pocket for the right dog in split-second timing, and he has to do that over and over.
I've been doing this probably 5 years. It's the split-second fastness of the dogs It's really exciting for them and also the box loader. So I have normally on fast dogs about 2 seconds between each dog to get the right ball into the right slot, or everybody is mad at me. We have basically 2 different balls. This is a very soft, this is a regular tennis ball. Some of the dogs prefer this ball, some prefer the soft ball. So you have 2 different balls. You also have 2 different slots. Some dogs like it on the left slot, some dogs like it on the right slot. If I load it in the wrong slot, the dog will be confused because if it's here, the dog's going to come on this side, take a turn back. If it's supposed to be here, the dog turns exactly the opposite. They'll come on this side and go back. So if I have it on the wrong one, most of the time the dog will just stand there and look at me and say, "What's up? You got it in the wrong spot." The fast dogs will go from the start line to the box in about 2 seconds. And of course, some of the dogs are 40, 50, 60 pounds, and and I weigh over 200 pounds myself, those dogs will knock me back 1 or 2 inches.
All right, thank you very much, David. We appreciate it. Okay, this is what's called the pass line. At tournament, there's actually invisible wires here that pick up when the dog's nose crosses this line. The dog coming back from the box has to cross this line before the dog going to the box crosses this line. If they don't, it's an error. Ultimately, you want your dogs to pass like this because that gives you the best speed. If you've got this dog coming here and the other dog is way back here, you've lost all that speed, okay? So we're gonna run some dogs and I'm gonna pass call and I'm gonna tell them if they need to move up, if they need to move back, how they can make the team better with better passing. So that's what this exercise is. Go! Mars is going to the box. Mars is coming back from the box. Good. 1. Five. Nice. 3. Okay. 1, 5, 3. What does that mean? That means this dog was 1 foot back when this dog came over the line. The next dog was 5 feet back when that dog came over the line. So whoever the third dog was, I'm going to go back there as the pass caller and tell them to tighten up their pass. It can make all the difference at a tournament when everything is split-second timing. Okay, who is the third dog? Is that Stella? Ready, go! Wide. 6. 6. Usually we video, if we're really trying to practice with a real team that we're taking to tournament, we'll actually video it and we'll go back and look at it because the human eye is not as good as your video camera. Dogs Rule Flyball Club would like to thank you so much for coming into our practice this week. We hope that we've inspired a lot of you to get out and do something with your dogs. It doesn't have to be flyball. It can be just go throw a ball with them or take them for a walk. Dogs give us so much and we need to give back to them. Flyball, as you can see, is a team sport. There's a lot of canine human sports out there where you're one-on-one with your dog. Frisbee, dance, agility. But there's very few that is a whole community of dogs and handlers. I have to tell you that when you go to tournament, there is no feeling like that. You are pumped up. The dogs are pumped up, you're pumped up, the dogs in the other lane are pumped up, and it's just a very, very exciting sport. So look it up in your area or come see us.